Going to be moving on to Keke Palmer and Zendaya. So, have you been following this discourse at all?
Yeah, about people been talking about who's been better and who has a better career,
Yeah.
which I think, I mean, neither one of them. I think both of them are on like the same scale to me though.
You don't think like one is more popular than the other?
Hmm. No,
Okay.
no, not at all. Because I think they both had respective projects that came out. Even when like Aquila and the Bee was a pretty noteworthy
Hello
movie.
there.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Aquila and the Bee was a very noteworthy movie. Yeah, Kiki did very good on that. That was one of the movies that people really started seeing her, right?
Yeah.
And you will see her pop up on a few things. And yeah, she did take a break a lot, but she has been like, like when she stars in something or when she's in something, even when she was in the stripper movie, I think she shined. Uh,
Hustlers.
Hustlers, yeah. And I don't think the amount of projects, like her amount of projects, kind of adds up to Zendaya's weight of projects. Because I mean, Zendaya, she is good on what's the name, but she doesn't really carry Euphoria. Even on the off episode, which I thought that was a great episode, but that was Domingo carrying that. You know what I'm saying? Like Domingo carried that bitch. The show, the bitch. I mean, I ain't say her, but but yeah, I think he carried that motherfucker. And oh man, I see some good pictures. And and yeah, I just feel like, look, it's hard to say, but I just feel like this. I feel like the weight of both of them as actresses are the same, man. I think Kiki, she commands every movie that she's been in, but she hasn't done really enough to surpass her. Zendaya, I think she's been in things and been acclaimed in things and things that she can shine, but can we really see her hold the movie together without actually having somebody there with her? You know what I'm saying? If it ain't John David Washington and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Which I didn't really care for that one too much either, but I'm just saying it's just something there. Like she hasn't been that definitive role, because even when you look at Euphoria, you like Euphoria for the characters, but you also like when it goes back to Zendaya. But even as an actress, some of those episodes Zendaya didn't have to hold the weight, because if you remember from Euphoria, it was some episodes that Zendaya wasn't even in, and they were just going off on one character. You know what I'm saying? Every episode. So she didn't never really had to. I can't. You can't really give that show to Zendaya. You have to kind of give that show to everybody, from Zendaya, from uh, the friends in the show, is like all of those people are like well loved and shit, and they all kind of go viral and shit like that on like social media when people be, what I'm saying, talking about it when the show is out. So I just think a lot of them just weigh the same on that front. But Kiki is still a powerful actor, because I felt like she kind of held together a lot of what Nope was. You know what I'm saying? And not just because of the energy, but it was. I seen somebody say it was like a Chris Tucker thing. Yeah, she was maybe doing that a little bit, but it was at times where she was very subtle in her character and things that she wanted to do, especially towards the end of the movie. So you know what I'm saying? I think she's able to carry a movie where I think Zendaya can't. You know?
I mean, with Nope, I mean, you said she's kind of doing a Chris Tucker thing. I mean, I just think that's Keke Palmer in general. I mean, she's got
Hmm.
a great personality. Like I see her in the interviews, and people make tons of memes about Keke Palmer and everything like that, about just her energy when she's in these interviews. She's got a great presence.
Hmm.
And I mean, she's been doing this a long time. And I guess I kind of see the comparison of trying to compare the both of them because both have had similar career trajectories. Just in terms of both were child stars, because she's been acting a long time. Keke Palmer, she made her acting debut in Barbershop 2. She was in the Disney Channel show Action VP, I believe it was the name of the show. It was True Jackson VP. Sorry, it was a Nickelodeon show.
Jackson. Okay.
She was in that, and like you said, she was in. I remember the movie Akilah and the Bee, so she's been in for a long time. These things were all the way back in like Barbershop 2 was in '04. True Jackson VP was in '08 when it started to
Mm-hmm.
2011. Uh, Zendaya, also a child star, 'cause she was in Shake It Up. She was in. Then she went to Casey Undercover. Both Disney Channel shows that she was in, and both are in the same kind of age bracket. Keke Palmer is
Mm-hmm.
28, Zendaya is 25, so they kind of are in the same kind of age bracket there. Um, and I think Zendaya, she's been in you know maybe more. I mean, being on Euphoria HBO show, that's big. Being on an HBO show, then being in Spider-Man movies, these recent MCU Spider-Man movies, which I think all of them have grossed $1 billion. I think maybe Far From Home came close to it, but all of them are hugely successful films. Then the Dune movie, which was also very big there, big kind of sci-fi film. So I kind of see that a little bit. As far as the reason that Zendaya has a better career, or maybe somebody might perceive her having a better career. I mean, mainly people are saying because of colorism, because Keke Palmer is darker than Zendaya is, and then Zendaya has spoken about it. I mean, she's spoken not about the between her and between Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer did make a statement about the comparison, but Zendaya did mention how she is Hollywood's acceptable form of a black girl, and if you are gonna have a movie, a show, that requires maybe you try to add some diversity to it, maybe put a black person into it. You're gonna have someone that looks like Zendaya, and maybe not someone that really looks like Keke Palmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
but Kiki Palmer still is beautiful, man. Like I don't know. I don't know. Kiki Palmer. I think if you put Kiki Palmer in a movie, I don't know, man. I think it kind of changed on that because I don't think Zendaya's like. No, I don't think. I feel like I don't think she's that kind of face. Can you see really Zendaya like? Okay, let's say she's in Spider Man, right?
yeah.
Can you really see Zendaya like going off and they making her own character, or do people just love her because she's married to Jane?
Like if she was the star of her own like big budget movie.
Right, on some Black Widow type shit.
Uh, I mean, I don't know if it had the backing of like the MCU stuff. Like, let's say I don't know. Let's say she wasn't Mary Jane. Let's say she was Black Cat, or let's say she was I don't know, like Spider
Riri
Woman.
Williams.
Yeah, Riri Williams or somebody like that. Could she kind of lead her own thing? I've never. I mean, besides for the shows, besides for like Casey Undercover, and she was kind of a she was well, I guess it was like a co-lead with Shake It Up mainly.
Hmm.
In Casey Undercover, she was the star of that show. Besides for like, and then in Euphoria, you would say it's a more ensemble thing because there's a lot of characters in there that get a lot of. I mean, her character Rue is one of the main characters that you see, but it is an ensemble thing, like you said.
Hmm.
But as far as like a movie, I haven't really seen her lead a movie. Like Keke Palmer, used like I said, Akilah and the Bee, she was in that. She was the lead in that. Um, in the movie The Long Shots, where it was like with Ice Cube, she was one of the leads in
Hmm.
that movie with there. So I haven't really seen that personally from Zendaya. Uh, but yeah, I mean you've seen that with Keke Palmer, and then she had a movie come out. I think it was this year or maybe the year before. It was called Alice, which was like a
Hmm.
small movie where she took the lead in as well. Is that what you kind of saying? You think Keke Palmer is a better lead?
Yeah, yeah, a better lead, and I think that. But see, I don't think it. No, I don't think any of them is better than the other one. I just feel like both of them kind of way. Like how everything that you said about Zendaya, yeah, being on a HBO show is big. There's a lot of shows on HBO that kind of we don't even like care for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
With actors on there and everything like that. I think it's one of the shows that yes got the better face, You know what I'm saying? Like that's a show that you're looking for when you think about HBO because of the backing. You know what I'm saying? And how it was promoted and how everybody loved the first season and the imagery. You know, it's also a shocking show. You know, it's also showing you in that you know that show. That's why I say I feel like that show like moves with different parts. You know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't move with Zendaya. It's like if you watch The Bear right now, I don't know if you started watching The Bear. I haven't started watching The Bear, but if you start watching The Bear, I think The Bear is really moved by Lip. I call him Lip, but you know who I'm talking about, the main character, or whatever. And Jeff, I know you watched The Bear, so you probably can attest to this. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like that show kind of moves with him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think like a show like that, like I can't see a Keke Palmer. Like a show like that. I can't see a Zendaya in because she would have to lead it. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, look, let's do this. Even switching places. I can't see Keke Palmer doing what Zendaya did, and I can't see Zendaya doing what Keke Palmer do. So that's why it's such a crazy fucking, versus. Shout out to Ghost versus Go versus Fish. It's such a crazy versus that it's going to spark a debate because they have two. Like I said, both of them have things that just weigh with the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think both are very immensely talented, actors. Like I said, I like Zendaya what she does in Euphoria. I think she does a great job in Euphoria. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. I think both have good skill sets, and both are very incredibly talented. And in regards to what Zendaya said about the colorism thing, this is not related to her versus Keke Palmer, but just in general. This was from an interview a little while back. She said, this is from Essence magazine right here. It says, as a black woman and as a light skinned black woman, it is important that I am using my privilege, my platform to show you how much beauty there is in the African American community. She said this during a conversation with Bozeman St. John, Uber's chief brand officer. I'm Hollywood's, I guess you could say, acceptable version of a black girl, and that has to change there. So she said
Yeah,
that.
but it's hard to say that because then if they make a movie like Queen and Slim or something urban like that, she wouldn't be in it. She doesn't fit that mold. So now what we say about that, like she wouldn't be in a Tiffany Haddish type movie. Put her in something a little bit more blended. So to even say that, you got to kind of look at that too. That's why I'm saying like Shorty wouldn't do what Shorty doing, and Shorty wouldn't do what Shorty doing. To keep it plain and simple, I don't think I can't see Zendaya. I don't even think they gonna even mix with. I bet you Zendaya ain't gonna never see part of that motherfucking Wakanda ass
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, look.
because it doesn't mix with her as a character as an actress. You know what I'm saying? Like it's yeah. I just don't see her in that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't see her in like in the Tiffany Haddish type films or something like that, or even being with Kiki in the film. Maybe her and Kiki can be in the film. That would be dope. That would be dope. But I think that will help her though to be in other films like that.
Yeah. Hey, Javon Good. Hey, how's it going there, man? And thank you, Cat Cook 8 for the follow. Forgot to say that. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, Kiki Palmer, her response was she tweeted this out, and this was in response to them doing kind of Kiki Palmer versus Zendaya in the discussion about colorism. She said a great example of colorism is to believe I can be compared to anyone. I'm the youngest talk show host ever, the first black woman to star in her own show on Nickelodeon, and the youngest and first black Cinderella on Broadway. I'm an incomparable talent. Baby, this is Kiki Palmer. I've been leading ladies since I was 11 years old. I have over 100 plus credits and currently starring in an original screenplay that's the number one film at the box office. Hashtag nope. I've had a blessed career this far and I couldn't ask for more, but God continues to surprise me. Now, some people
Hey,
said that this was arrogant of her saying this. Do you think
is
this
she
is
right?
arrogant? I don't think it's
No,
arrogant. I don't think it's arrogant.
no. She did have a television show. Okay, it ran for I don't know if it's still out or whatever, but it did run. So she's a leading lady. She's a leading lady. Now what's name was in Doom, but you know, how big of a part did she have in Doom? Was she a big factor in Doom? I didn't see it.
Well, her character is supposed to be bigger later, like in the sequel. That's like in the first movie, it was just basically she was in like a Revlon commercial, but in the sequel, her character is supposed to be like way bigger in the
Okay,
sequel.
we'll
Her,
see. We'll
her
see.
character.
We'll see. I still got to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think what she said was arrogant because one, I mean, this is in response to people saying that, well, maybe your career is lesser than this other person's career, you know what I mean? And she's saying like, no, I think I've had a great career. Here are the,
Mhm.
great things I've done in my career. And obviously colorism is a real thing and it affects people and affects actors, and affects people across, all over the world. But she was just like, hey, listen, I've done a lot of great things in my career. I've accomplished a lot, and she's only 28 years old. You know what I mean? That's She's still very young. And so she could still even continues to have a tremendous career and continue to reach higher and higher successes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I thought that was great on her for saying that. I did love her in Nope. I thought she was really great in Nope. She was even some people. There's even a little bit of like Oscar buzz for her in that part in Nope.
Mhm.
If she got nominated for Best Actress, I could see it. I think she's
Mhm.
you know one of the best actors in the film. And I did like Nope. Did you see Nope or
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I
yeah?
see Nope. Like Thursday before the Friday. Thursday night. So yeah, I like it, man. I like it. My theory is, and I've been like flying this around that I don't even think that's an alien. I don't even think that's an alien, bro. I think that's man made.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I think that's man made. I don't even think that's an alien. Cause why is it just sitting in the cloud? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, even though they don't really give a fuck about the aliens' origins and shit, but it felt like in the movie they did give the alien a lot of camera time to like look into his little like whatever that orifice was, whatever that weird shit was or whatever.
mm,
Man, I think that shit was some sentient, man-made shit that they lost, or they have them motherfuckers just sitting up in the sky just cause, and they got some other big shit going on with it. Gee, I don't think that's even the alien, man.
mm,
I think that was the intention, man, to even not make it look like an alien. It's a sentient, it's some type of sentient. They was building that motherfucker, and the motherfucker probably done left
mm.
and hiding in the fucking clouds and shit. And they just been hiding over there for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a good movie, good concepts, good action in it, and it's an original film. You know what I mean? Like as Keke Palmer mentioned in the movie, an original
Mm-hmm.
film, written and directed by Jordan Peele. Yeah, I thought it was enjoyable watching. I thought she was great in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's more
Loved it.
popular, or you could say maybe who's maybe gets maybe more of the attention maybe on maybe a broader scale. I don't know. Maybe you could say Zendaya does, and maybe that has things something to do with colorism. But so I'm not discounting that. But I
Yeah.
also think that Keke Palmer's also had an amazing career, and I think a lot of people would love Keke Palmer's career. And she's done a lot of great things to be proud of, as she listed in her tweet there, and even probably more stuff that she probably didn't have enough characters for in that
Yeah.
tweet. So I mean, both women are very successful, very talented, very young, and I think it's always great to see women like that. Again, have that same kind of trajectory in their careers. And be black and be women, and be as
Mm-hmm.
successful as they are. So that's always great to see.